Gotta go. Girl talk.
Boom! Hard in.
That's it.
Kyle!
Howdy.
Dude,
How we doing?
you're doing great. It's just me and you tonight. There's no Alex.
man.
No Alice. They're working.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. But,
Decon's coming up.
Yeah, but like in a month, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
I've-
deadlines are deadlines.
Alex, I have a hard time excusing. I've never met Allison, so it's hard to be mad at her but I can give Alex shit. That's fine.
I know. It was so funny. Alice is like, I don't think she was gonna come on like last week, and then also it's like I gotta get this stuff done, and it was like, all right, yeah, just get it done. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I feel awful. Is it Alice or Allison?
Alice.
Alice. Okay.
Yes. And but her and I went to Hans Zimmer live.
Oh man,
Sunday.
That probably ruled.
Dude, it was an experience I have not gotten over. I'm still on that high.
Yeah. And so did he do just a little bit of everything, or was it like DC like highlights?
Oh, he definitely did DC highlights. So it was like
Wonder Woman and Molossus from Batman Begins, right?
So he did a whole section of Dark Knight. Like he did like the Dark Knight trilogy.
That's cool.
And it was crazy. But that was like,
did you get hit with some Dese Bassaras?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's like everything. It was what was it? Like he kicked like the kickoff's like, oh yeah, this is Tina Gao. I'm pretty sure. Do people here know who she is? It's like, well, of course we all know who she is. We all follow her. We've been following her on social media since Wonder Woman.
Right.
And he's going through, he's like, anyway, here's Wonder Woman. And it just goes. And you're just like, holy. Like there were times where I was like, okay, I'm about to cry. Because it's just like, it's so, it's a full orchestra.
It's powerful, dude. Yeah, I did it. I've done the John Williams one before, and it's insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bonkers. And so, yeah, they kick it off with Wonder Woman, then they do a whole thing of Wonder Woman, and then they do a whole thing of Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And which is like, and that Man of Steel theme,
criminally underrated score.
Oh my God. It's one of the best superhero, not just superhero scores, movie scores, period.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Yes, Kayla, I also would cry during Interstellar. That's pure emotional manipulation at the point. It's not even fair.
Oh, it was, dude. The whole show was like, so to go from that and then to Man of Steel into Flight, and you're just
oh man, yeah, he did Flight too.
Yeah, and you're just all of a sudden I'm sitting there like this, and I'm doing this, and Alice is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. This is not cool." And then of course, like that, she just like lost her mind when they started doing Lion King. Like that was it.
Oh yeah,
like, done. Gladiator was bonkers. Last Samurai.
Yeah.
Inception, Interstellar, James Bond. God, dude, they just went through
it. How long is this set? Is this 3 hours? Yeah.
Yeah.
Intermission too?
Intermission, yeah. Like 20-minute intermission on a 3-hour show.
Yeah. True symphony experience right there. Did you get your little opera glasses too? In the back.
There were it was just at the Rogers Arena. So I know you dressed nice, but not super nice. But there were people there that were like, who I think treated it like their first time at the orchestra.
Sure. Yeah, that's cool.
And they should. I totally down for that. I love it.
I've done stuff like I've worn like a full suit and tie to like a metal show before. It was fun.
Nice. Yeah,
so, it's unexpected,
Yeah, no, it's cool, and like again too, it was just awesome. So I highly suggest when Hans Zimmer comes through, goes on tour again.
I need to look it up. I feel like he already cruised
LA
through
next
here.
week.
Really?
He did. So he did cruise through. It was like LA, Seattle, Vancouver. That was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It was like pop.
Okay.
And then they went somewhere. Then Vancouver was originally the last show on the tour. Was the last stop, and then they added another one. They're in LA in like a couple days again.
I need to look it up because I'm supposed to be at Judas Priest in LA on Tuesday.
Let's just look it up now.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. We're gonna do scheduling with Kyle.
We're gonna do scheduling. Let's I think this is worth doing. And then we'll say hello to the chat.
Yes.
Is what we'll do. All right. Los Angeles, Friday. They're at Oakland Arena on the 9th, which is right now. They are legit starting in 20 minutes. If you're in Oakland, you got time to go.
Caleb, what are you doing? Stop watching. Go.
Yeah, Caleb, what are you doing?
Go grab like scalper tickets or something.
Yeah, just go. Have a
replay.
Fun night. Yeah, have a fun night, Caleb. It'll be great. And
I think she's very far from the Oakland Arena.
Yeah, and then it's in Los Angeles on October 11th, which is Friday.
Oh, so that's Friday.
I think you could do it.
That's
tickets
Friday.
are start. Okay. Yeah, I say go ahead. I don't have money. Sell some of your Lego. I'm pretty sure one Lego set will get you there. One Gryffindor play set or whatever it is.
We're concert tickets being next to like liquid gold or like paper gold at this point. Was it reasonable?
It was reasonable for it was weird because it was like we had nosebleeds, but the way that we were positioned, we had the full view of the stage.
Okay.
And stuff. So for whatever reason, I was like, man, I was actually really worried when we bought these tickets because, again, Alice and I are not very savvy when it comes to buying concert tickets.
Sure.
So what we didn't like. So I remember the day they dropped on sale, and we're just watching seats just disappear like instantly. Like every time we'd click on something, it's gone. Click on something, it's gone. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no. Yeah.
And I think we got like our nosebleeds for just under 200.
Okay. That's not bad.
Right. And like what we were just like, we just need to get in there.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Right. It just got to a point where we just need seats. And then there were other people that were supposed to come with us too. And it was like, if you don't answer us in 2 minutes on the text, you're not going. Like that's it.
No, that's what you have to do sometimes. I get that.
You're either part of this or out of this.
Kayla's not wrong. It being in LA, I'm a little bit worried about what that's going to cost or whatever. But
right.
I don't know. I mean, I've dropped worse for a show.
You've dropped.
I have like 4 shows between now and the end of the year that I'm going to still. So
yeah, I got one other concert, and then I've got Survivor Series in November.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Gotta do a little bit of it's in town. It's a major pay-per-view. I gotta go.
Yeah, man.
I gotta go. Speaking of also having to go with us to Gotham, it's the chat. That was a really bad.
Thanks everyone for being here and chatting with us and encouraging us to spend money we don't have. Love it.
Yes, thank you. Kevin would call that enabling.
That's right.
Kyle is here. Thank you, Kyle.
First.
Andrews Gatey's Toys is here. Go check out his channel as well. Amazing stuff. I've got to hear his point of view on the latest reveal with the Toy Collector magazine and Biker Mice from Mars. That Biker Mice from Mars already has more women in it than the Superpowers line from McFarlane. Dorlaxian is here. Nick Dellinger, my boy, Johnny Cock. Yes, Pengu. We are going to talk about claymation. I would do it. I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Deep Space Niner, my dude, the professor of Ricketts himself, Bionic Funk. Matt Bush is here. Tony Johnson, Chad Stewart, Tover Khan, Jack Knight 73, Kayla Silva, or Silver K, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Should call it correctly. Cicero Holcomb. That's a new name. Thank you for being here. Hello, welcome. Cougar McGillicuddy. I love saying that. Nice. Right? Joel, Alex, Kevin from Toying Around. Go check out his channel as well.
Hollywood Kev.
Kevin. That's right. That's what it is. Justin Nicolosi is here. Make sure I got everybody. Thank you, everyone, for who is here. And Flash 739. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Yes. Right? Duke knows. Got to go to Survivor Series, dude. I have to. It is A must. And Derek Dalzell is here as well. Hello, Derek. I'm glad my other Derek goes by Bionic Funk, so this way I don't get anyone confused. So make things really, really easy. All right. A couple of things we want to talk about tonight. I want to bring up this thing with Heritage Auctions. I don't know if you saw it.
I did not. I just heard about it from the thumbnail, so you have to explain to me, but I have a feeling it's
okay.
Good.
I was like, I can't remember who I talked to this about. It must have been Alex.
Probably.
Heritage Auctions, there's a seller on there getting rid of their Golden Age comic book collection. So we're talking Action Comics #1 is up for auction. And there's a bunch of the like new fun newspaper style comics, like Big Time Fun, Sensation Comics, which is Wonder Woman. Those were Wonder Woman comics back in the day, Detective Comics, all that kind of stuff, including the first appearance of Wonder Woman, Sensation Comics #1. That's also on the docket.
By the good doctor himself. That's amazing.
By the good doctor himself. Feminist doctor.
That's right.
All right.
Thought leader in the field.
That's right. That's and the creator of the lie detector.
That's right.
Right?
And I don't know, world's most popular polygamist, or no, what is it? What was he? It was he did the throuple stuff. What's that called?
He had sister wives.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny, like when they talk about it in
polyamorous. That's the word I'm looking for. Not polygamous. That's totally different.
Yes. When they talk about him in any like DC Warner Brothers made documentaries about DC Comics, it's always like, he was really close with his
with his like
nanny.
Assistant. It's like, no. It's like when you have to explain to grandma, like, no, grandma, like, this is my roommate. Like, we've lived together for 27 years.
Yeah. These two actors in the Hollywood Golden Age were just roommates. Yeah, it's really kind of funny. I think in newer ones they've kind of been a little more like honest about it, but it's really funny. Now if they could just do an actual one on Batman and give Bill Finger the credit officially from DC in a documentary, I think that would be amazing.
That would be cool. There should just be like a biopic about that guy. Like,
there should be.
Interesting. There's definitely, I'd put him on a list of like, I don't know, 10, top 10 people that deserve biopics.
Yeah. Him
for sure. Him, dude, Alexander Dumas. Holy shit. Does that guy need a biopic?
Kevin Conroy.
Yep.
Actually, I would just do one almost on the cast of Batman animated series.
There should just be like that Saturday night movie.
They
should do that, but about animated series.
I was just thinking that they should do it's a movie, so you create the drama, you can amplify it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, Tim Curry, why is Tim Curry doing the Joker?
Right. Well, I think honestly, I think Dini got the closest when he did that Dark Knight graphic novel about like how depressed he was like around that time with like the Emmy and stuff. Did you read that?
Yes.
Yeah. It's really interesting stuff. So I mean,
it
almost has like a blueprint there already.
Yes, correct. Right. And it would be, oh man, I think there's a lot to go with there, because you could talk about even them getting the orchestra for the score, even
Shirley Walker.
Shirley Walker, even finding Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
Like that always sounds like such a big deal story. So I think, and just even getting Mark Hamill was such a big deal, and just you could even go back and you could have it all centered around Paul Dini and Bruce Timm doing the pitch.
Yeah.
Like it could start with that thing with Warner Brothers going, we got Gremlins, we got Batman, we got this. What do you guys want to make a show about? I don't know, whatever. And they're just like, hey, you want to make a Batman?
And like the first 15 minutes is them like, get it, but or like the first opening scene should be them like getting pitched on this, like, we can think it is, it's like this big new thing, and like all of the wording makes you think like, oh, it's gonna be Batman or whatever, but then like at the end of like the pitch that the producer's like giving to them, it's like, and it's Tiny Toons, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, because that's where everything starts, and then eventually then you get to see the Batman transition, but it's like,
I think that would be super fun. It'd also be great to see them dealing with the censors.
Yes.
right? Like, I don't know. I feel like
I feel like we're getting into like not a movie anymore, but like a Aaron Sorkin like procedural sort of, but about like animated movies and I don't know.
Dude, I would watch it.
I'd watch it too. I know.
I would
I agree.
100% watch it.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers would shelve it, but I would watch it.
Yeah, like the instead of the newsroom, it's just the bullpen or whatever.
I would watch, dude. I would.
I watch it about comics too. I just thought of that as soon as I said that.
Man, because the moment you said that, what struck me was I would watch a Mad Men show that takes place in the 70s and 80s about either Marvel or DC or both. Like make two. If you can't use Marvel and DC, make two comic book. Just make two fictional ones and
there's a book that's like about that. I can't remember what it's called. My cousin had me like read it, but it's essentially like a fictionalized version of like Simon and Schuster. And I can't remember what it's called. Let me see. Hold on if I can figure this out, because it was so good, but it's just a straight up like novel.
Right, but this I don't know. This kind of stuff to me would be a lot of fun to watch. But that's probably just me. Well, no, just me and you.
Right.
You have two viewers for sure.
Yeah.
It would be awesome. But I would love to see that stuff. All right, while you look that up, I'm going to bring up our kind of like our main talk. Yes. Oh, actually, or do you want to do pickups first?
Yeah, let's do that because it's gonna kill me. I'm not gonna be able to find it. My like first 3 Google searches just yielded nothing, so I'm gonna move on.
Right, because this is part of my pickups. Randall Guzik's bringing up, right, with the because I bought comics today. I went hard. So
it is New Comic Book Day. It is Wednesday.
It is.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
I don't usually go in because that's what I do. Again, you'll see why. That's what I do my impulse buying, because you see everything new.
I know.
People are there. Everybody's excited.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
So I did pick it up. I did pick up my own copy of Absolute Batman. I just went with the basic cover, nothing fancy.
You read it already?
No, I have not. I'm waiting. Okay. Did you read yours already?
I haven't even checked it out yet. I was
okay.
I don't know. I've butt up against that design a little bit. Just as
we all did. So I did too.
So I was kind of like, I'm fine, but I probably should get it.
I have warmed up to it, but it's mostly because of like just everyone's art that I've seen of it, and you just start going, "Oh, that looks cool."
Well, no offense to your choice of cover, but all of the art of that new suit that is not that has been awesome.
I only bought this cover because if I start going down the variant route, that's when I start going like, well, I got to go back. And I'm just like, I'm only getting number 1, and then and if I love it, I'm going to get the trade, and then the trade will have all my covers in there. Yeah. So I need to. I always need.
That's fair. Yeah.
I need to kind of remind myself to be doing that. Yeah. Do you want me to finish mine off there?
No,
or do you want to
go for it?
Do
yours.
Okay.
Do yours.
I picked up a manga. I don't pick up a lot of manga, but I really this one caught my eye. Spider-Man Octogirl.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah.
This little girl gets hit by a bus at the same time Dr. Octopus dies, and it is superior Spider-Man, but instead of going into Spider-Man, he goes into this little girl in Tokyo. His brain. And they switch off and on. So it's like I did read some of it, and I was already kind of getting like, because I was just super curious what it was, and it's so weird because they can switch whenever they want to who's in control of the body. And this guy's such a douche. The first thing he does when he has control is he gives her a bowl cut.
Brutal.
Like, it's the first thing he does, and he gives her a bowl cut. It's so funny. And of course, like he's, I was like, this can't be real, but it is super cute. It is super fun. It's also really cool to sometimes just see, the Marvel universe in just in manga format. Like sometimes it's just super cool to see it.
Yeah. That's cool.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this up. For Marvel, I picked up Ewoks #1.
Very cool.
Because I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna try it. I'll be honest, I don't really dig a lot of Star Wars comics. I like the Darth Vader ones, but I don't know. It's not my canon, I guess you could say. I picked up All In Batman.
That's a great cover.
Dude. Jorge Jimenez.
Yeah, super good.
He's one of the best Batman artists, I think, to ever live.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of because you had mentioned your Star Wars comics. I haven't read Star Wars comics since they came back to Marvel.
Right.
What was that, like 10 years ago at this point? Something like that.
When did
because I remember being super stoked on Darth Vader #1 because of that one panel of, we have you surrounded, and he goes, all I am surrounded by is fear and dead men.
Yeah. it's like, that's metal. Like it's so it is cool. I picked up the DC All In special just so I could see what the hell's actually going on and what I'm diving into. And I picked up Zatanna, Bring Down the House.
Look at that cover though. That's great.
Dude, the whole book is like this.
Really?
The whole thing.
It's a little like I would have, untrained eye or sort of trained eye. I would have guessed that was is it Cliff Chang, but no. Oh man, that's awesome. That's great.
Right? It is.
I always thought that Zatanna should have had more like psychedelic type stuff, like Doctor Strange.
I agree.
But they sort of give all that to Dr. Fate, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's so
but
good.
These colors and just because she's performing in Vegas, so it's gonna have all those like big colors and stuff. It's awesome. I did read this one. I have to read this. But I am going to definitely get the trade for Zatanna, Bring Down the House.
Did you ever read her crossover book with Black Canary, Bloodspell?
Yep.
Loved it. So good.
I loved it too.
I love that the trade you take off the dust cover. It's like they imprinted fishnets onto the cover.
Yeah.
Which is so good.
It's the last time we got fishnets on any that I can remember really on anything was the DC Direct Justice Black Canary figure.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome. And yes, I did go to Golden Age Comics on Granville today. Thank you for calling me out. Right. Randall Guzak, also, did you get the facsimile of Batman 237 of the Reaper murders, Neil Adams and Denny O'Neil? I did see that there, but I did not pick it up. I usually do get certain facsimiles. I saw it there.
Yeah.
And I was kind of in a hurry. And then I got distracted by this Zatanna book. And then I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get the hell out of here, and I gotta get back to work. Read a rumor Jeff Loeb and Jim
I also
Lee
heard this
are taking over Batman 2025 for another 12-issue run after Chip finishes the story run. Kyle, we are both huge fans of Hush.
Yeah, Hush is the book that brought me back into Batman, I think, and perhaps for a lot of people too.
I think so. I think it actually brought probably some lapsed readers as well that probably might not have read since the 90s. Or at least when they got tired of waiting for Wildcats to come out every 6 months.
It's almost like they're starting this rumor again, so people will start to buy comics again.
Well, I think it works. I think
it does.
I think Absolute Batman, and I think just even Absolute Wonder Woman, I think the only one people aren't really talking about is Absolute Superman.
Yeah, I would say I have not seen that much about the Superman one. And the Batman one out of pure controversy for the design, but the Wonder Woman one, for whatever reason, like I think everyone just agrees like it just looks cool. The blood red outfit and
the big cloud sword from Final Fantasy VII. She's got a Pegasus. Like,
yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Daniel Warren Johnson Wonder Woman book a little bit too.
Dude, Daniel Warren Johnson. I feel like sometimes
just anything he touches,
everything he touches is gold.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes we are living in this golden age of both, like we've always had good artists throughout the time. I feel like from the time we've been reading comics, from even before we've been reading comics to now, there's always been a slew of incredible talent.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm noticing now more today than in the 90s, because in the 90s, even in the 80s, it would be like, this guy's popular, so try to make your art look like this guy's art.
Yeah.
And I find that you don't find that as often today. So you have Babs Tarr doing covers, who looks completely different, whose style is completely different than Daniel Warren Johnson, who's completely different than Olivier Coipel, who's completely different than, you could just keep going, just keep listing. I don't feel like there's any up and coming artists right now where you're sitting there going, they're trying to make their art look like so-and-so's.
Yeah. I mean, if they are, I think they're pulling from so many sources of influence that, it comes its own, recipe. Like, it's fun to see, like, there's some people who like are clearly influenced by other people, but that's like a trickle down effect. Cause like, remember, when Terry Dodson first hit, everyone was like, oh, he's just an Adam Hughes ripoff. But then like now, like, I love David Nakayama, but I see a lot of Terry Dodson in David Nakayama stuff. But that's also means that he's pulling from Adam Hughes too. So it's like, I don't know, it's an interesting time. I think you're right.
David Nakayama, man,
also crushes it. I love his stuff. It's amazing.
One of the best
I know where it comes
artists.
from.
Yeah, one of the best cheesecake artists on the market.
I agree.
Right now, did you see his Savage Land Rogue cover?
I don't know if I saw that one. I have a lot of his like those like red covers that he had.
Yes, with Scarlet Witch.
Or like the red covers, or like just the ones that was just like the solid color pinup ones of all the X people or whatever. I have all those.
They're so good. He's so good. Yeah. That's someone I should try to bring on this show.
You should, because I feel like you could probably get him. I feel like it like your 6 degrees is like probably more like 2.
It's getting that way. Yeah. It's weird how all of that's starting to happen. Where it's
like Ryan Ting,
right?
And Ryan knows him like directly. So that's one.
That's one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my next movie. It's gonna be called 1 Degree of Ryan Ting.
That's right. Oh my god, he's also infiltrated like our lives too. He like, when we hung out a little while ago, and he talked to us about one of his favorite things is like, getting somewhere early, and then you come out and you see a bunch of people waiting in line. And so now, and anytime that happens to us, my lady and I go, we'll just be like, oh, it's the Ting effect.
Yeah, it's the I like that. I tried so hard on. I was your fill-in for Enablers.
Oh, awesome!
Last week.
Thank you for doing that. Sorry, I was in Michigan. I was for a family wedding. I was on a plane. I had the opposite of a Ting effect. I got to the rental car place at the wrong time, and it was an 1.5-hour line and all this stuff. So thank you for covering.
Not a problem. But I tried my best. I tried so hard to get Ryan Ting to say penis on Kevin's show, and it did not work out. He still dodged it.
You're really supposed to fill in for me, so you needed to like kiss his feet and like worship the ground he walks on. That's how you fill in for Kyle on an
I didn't. I see. I think
you didn't get the memo. Yeah.
I was trying. I was trying really hard. I was like, dude, just say it. And he's just like, thighs? And I'm like, oh my God.
That's like, I don't know. That shows his like mastery of like dad logic at work. Like, I'm sure.
You could see it, and he knew. Like he knew. All these other guys like match you in high school. They were just like, oh, you could see the thought process of like, we're not gonna say it, and then Yoko and I are just like, say it. It was,
oh man!
And then Yoko finally just blurted it out because she was getting so mad.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. I want to see the rest of you guys all play the Family Feud.
Oh yeah, I do.
On
So,
there.
oh
It
my
was-
god, that's what's so wild is that Kevin told me he's like, oh, we're gonna do like Family Feud. I was like, oh man, it's like sorry, I'll miss that or whatever. Then I shit you not, on Sunday night at the Airbnb that me and like my extended family were staying at, there were like 10 of us staying there, but we had some other people stay there too, like hang out with. There's probably, yeah, there were 10 of us there, and they pulled out a Family Feud board game and we played it. So I still ended up playing Family Feud.
Yeah. Hey, life finds a way.
I know, clearly.
Mike Davis is here. Thank you so much. Yes, loving that Penguin show. We're gonna get into that in 2 seconds.
Yes. We're gonna do my pickups and then we'll get into the Penguin.
Yeah. And that Spider-Man. Yeah, get that Spider-Man into that manga. That new manga one.
Oh yeah, get that carrot. Yeah, get that octopus in there.
I got to. I have to. Right. And Randall Guzak, Adam Hughes, Kevin McGuire, Terry Dotson, Frank Cho. Frank Cho's Wonder Woman covers.
I know.
They're amazing. He quit doing them because they kept telling him to tone it down, and he was like, "I quit." Julie, George Perez, Steve Light, yes, they George Perez as well. I would love to add him to the list. George Perez.
That's right.
Let's get into your pickups, Kyle. What'd you grab?
So first off, I want to shout out there. I'm only showing these off because they are relevant to, Gotham City tonight and all that. Shout out to our homie Kevin, who helped me get some of these DC Keshi figures from Wendy's from last year. So this is your Sinestro.
Yep.
And then your Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. And Nubia as well. So these are super fun.
I feel like this is my fault. Hang on, I gotta give my laptop the reach around. Ugh.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right? Because he saw these, and now like Kevin's on a Keshi high. Like
he is on a Keshi high.
Right? I
showed him honestly, it's good, man. It's a cheap way to collect, man. And you get so many for so little and all that stuff.
And some of them look just awesome.
Yeah. He showed me some ones that he had that were crazy. What was that?
Did you ever get into Monsters in My Pocket?
I think it was a little bit before my time, but I am aware of all that stuff. I was more Pokemon generation for sure.
I got a shelf full. It was excellent. I love those. They're little monsters. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah,
that's how
that's
how I learned about
one. Yeah, there's a big. It was big at the time, but it was like a blind bag series called Crazy Bones. If anybody knows what those are, those were huge for me. Like in 3rd grade, like we used to go. It was the toy store that was local was called Zany Brainy, and we would go there and get our Crazy Bones and like trade them and all that stuff. And you would like, that was the first time you're like feeling in the bag because they're all different shapes, and like the rarest one felt like an eye, like a capital I. And so you're like trying to do all that, and that was like my first like experience with like Keshis or whatever. But it's not lost on me because I mean, obviously we do Keshi for Super 7 too, or we don't really do it anymore, but we used to.
Correct.
We did like some Iron Maiden Keshis, like the worst, that kind of stuff. So it was fun, and it was cool to see DC ones. I'm tempted to get the rest of them. If I can get a complete set of red, I'd be into it. But I think I like the green color from what I've seen the best. So
the purple one's kind of like yeah.
Well, I feel Randall, like you see the detail more in the green one.
Yeah, we'll get into this after Penguin because
I want to talk about that too. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into there.
Comics. It's Prime Day, or was recently, and this one
still
was on sale, and I really wanted to get it because I'm genuinely interested. So we're looking at the trade of Godzilla versus King Kong versus Justice League. So art
that's
looks
Warner
awesome.
Brothers to a T.
yeah, exactly. I mean, all this cool stuff and
the art's
look at this. It's Shazam and Supergirl punching Godzilla in the face.
Yeah,
what else do you need?
Nothing.
So, it feels like it's gonna be like an Injustice style like crossover where just everybody shows up,
right?
So and it's thick too. Look at that. Like that's a lot of book to read. So I'm excited about that.
Well, it has to be big.
Yeah, and of course, Dan Mora on the cover, another amazing cover artist right now.
Yep.
So good.
That's it. He's still on that list of toys I want based off their artwork.
I know there should be at least a Dan Mora Justice League, or the Holy Trinity at least.
I am so looking forward to him and Mark Waid doing Superman.
Yeah, that's gonna be rad.
It's gonna be good.
That's an excellent segue though, because we talked about it before, or the last time I was on here, but can confirm this was on sale at Big Bad Toy Store, so I picked it up.
Awesome,
especially because I just watched the whole show and it's beautiful, and I'm in the zone, and it was half off. So I got it.
It's still there, folks. This is one you need.
Yeah, I think it was something like $50. It was great.
Yeah,
it's
don't
awesome.
sleep on this set. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool. So, and it's the fact that you get Superman, Clark Kent, Lois Lane, and the robot and the telephone.
Yep.
Booth, like insane.
It is so good, and yeah, I agree, Andrew. It is the best Lois, the best.
So that is all for my relevant pickups.
But those are awesome pickups, by the way. Those are awesome. The Max Fleischer folks, again, don't sleep on it. Grab it.
Yeah.
Grab it when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the television stuff. The Penguin, we're 3 episodes in.
Yeah.
They're all an hour long.
They are, which is
it's
kind of crazy.
Not this 8 episodes, half an hour, maybe 40 minutes if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Right. These are an hour. I actually thought the first one was going to be an hour, and I thought the rest were going to be 30 minutes. That's honestly what I thought. Not at all. Like, these are a full hour, no commercials.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a solid crime drama. The fact that it takes place in Gotham with like Batman universe characters is almost completely irrelevant.
Right. It is, but I think it works, and I'm hoping there's going to be some. We don't need blatant surprises. Do you know what I mean? Like, where it's like, but what about so and so? We don't.
Sure. Are we doing spoilers for no?
What do you think we should do? Do you think we should let's try to hold off on this week's episode?
This week's episode, sure, but what I want to talk about is the first episode.
Let's get into it. Spoilers, everybody, for the first episode, first and second episode.
First episode. Yeah, exactly. You had mentioned like, oh, I want, big surprises, I want big upsets or whatever. Like, they murder Alberto Falcone immediately.
The
holiday killer is gone immediately. Like, I was so excited. I was like, okay, awesome. Like, it's a crime drama about the Falcone. By the way, I don't know if I fully subscribe to calling them Falcone in this. In my mind, I mean, maybe I'm too influenced by Dark Knight trilogy, but it's Falcone. Like, come on.
Yeah, I've been. But I've been kind of like, well, even with Oz Cobb, I've kind of just let it go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, I've kind of just let things slide.
He's still Oswald though. His mom calls him Oswald.
And there's this weird part of me too that feels like he's gonna add the Pobble pot. I feel like it's gonna get added at some. There's a part of me that still feels like somewhere down the line, he's going to pop a monocle on and a top hat, even if it's just like a nod.
Yeah.
Like, something just tells me.
I had that thought, and I was like, my other thought was like, it's always raining, always. But they refuse to give him an umbrella just because they're trying to I feel like they're trying to deny you that,
Yeah.
But it's always raining. And he never, always. I don't know.
Yeah, but he gave him the purple car, which to me was very
yes. It's a nice Penguin. Little wink and a nod, yeah. And he's had the purple suit and stuff with the stripes and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alberto Falcone gone immediately. Which I did not expect. I thought, I was like, I was watching it, I was like, oh, that's a dream. Like, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah,
but no.
Do you think that Sophia Falcone could be, or Falcone, depending on which way you go? Do you think
we'll call it Falcone because that's what they're calling it? It's just that's my what grinds my gears today.
So, do you think Sophia then in this universe could be the calendar woman?
No, because they already acknowledged that she's the Hangman.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
And I noticed immediately that she's always wearing turtlenecks or chokers or whatever to hide all that stuff. But I did notice that they changed it a little bit because shout out Gady's Toys also mentioned that I too miss chunky Sophia, where she was like huge, but Kristen Milotti is crushing it. She's so good. Like, she's got an excellent level of like craziness that's just always
she has an energy
surface.
That's like, like, I am scared of you, but I would also date you.
Yeah, scary hot for sure.
Yeah, scary hot. It's that unsettling stare that she does.
Yeah, where she doesn't blink for a long time.
So good.
But I know what I was saying is that I noticed that they mention it. It's very brief and it's kind of in the background, but it's in like the news reports about her and her crimes or whatever. That they said, oh, it's like 10 or 12 women dead, not cops, which is what comics Hangman is. Remember, she's like taking out the cops who are not investigating whatever correctly. So, yeah, it's in there. Like you said, there's little changes here and there. But she's still, could she be, Calendar Woman? Sure. But I think it's already
established. Right.
I think it's already established that she has this like history, whereas Calendar Man and all of like part of the genius of Long Halloween is that it really could be anybody. Because even the end, again, we're going to spoil a 30-year-old book here, but even the end where you think it's Alberto, you realize it's what's her name? Dent's wife.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry, I'm with you. I know. I can see. I can see the.
I can see the panel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, but I love that. I think she's great. She's easily. It's crazy how quickly she became like one of my favorite characters.
Yes, she's so good.
She just she has that presence, that energy. You scare like, and now like, well, I don't want to get into it, but it's just kind of like, still, it's just very much. She gets that very like just and hang on, I'm skipping all over the place because I'm getting excited.
Well, because we're excited. That's what you're just jumping all around.
What happens to me. I jump from thought to thought in my head when I'm trying to talk. I love when she finds out what happened with her brother and then just how determined she is to like, no, our focus is to find out who killed him.
Yeah.
And then the way we find out how Oswald, like how the Penguin is like all the cards he's playing at the same time from the same deck to make sure he does not get caught.
Yes.
And he's
that
doing
whole, like cat and mouse in the second episode of going up floors, down floors. Like it's so good.
It's so good. It gave me the breaking backs. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of anxiety you watch if you're watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yep.
And I was like, oh God, like, because this show has that. It's got that. It feels like Sopranos, Breaking Bad, and then you're adding in like Batman mythology into the mix.
And
it's just like it's scratching all these itches for me, but at the same time, it's like I can feel my blood pressure going up.
Yeah,
as the show goes, because I'm just like I'm anxious, I'm nervous. I should not care what happens to the Penguin.
But that's how it's good. Well, that's the thing. Yeah. My girl calls it out. She's like, do we have are we gonna care about the Penguin? I was like, I think you kind of have to if you're gonna watch 10 episodes,
right? Like, even though it's in the same sense. Again, it's like Walter White, right? Like by the time we're getting to the near the end of Breaking Bad, spoiler alert for a 10-year-old show.
Yeah,
you start to feel like at first you're feeling sorry for the guy for what's happening.
Yeah,
but then you see what's happening, and you're kind of like, but you still feel bad for him at the end of the show, even though the dude's
An absolute monster. Yeah.
A monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing all over again.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love it. And he got himself his own Robin.
Yeah, and Victor, who is
Vic,
that
yeah.
kid? That kid is great.
He's so good.
I have a friend who genuinely has that. I can't remember what it's called. That style of stutter, and he sounds just like my friend. It's great. Like he's doing a great job. And
Yes.
my girl pointed out, Megan, that he, like, honestly, I think that kid is doing a better job than almost anybody else on the show, because if you look at the way that he talks, it changes depending on who he's talking to. He talks differently to Oz. He talks differently to the cops. He talks differently to his family. He talks differently to,
like, even Sophia.
And that's how it is as like a real person. Is like no one ever truly, there you get to, everyone says, "Oh, be yourself," but like everyone's always doing something, sort of like,
right.
I love hanging out with you or whatever, but we're also we're on a show right now. We're talking. This is like,
yes,
we have to be entertaining. This is not truly who we are, right?
We click end stream, the tone completely changes.
That's right. Yeah. It's yeah. No, but you know what I mean though? Like, and that's really hard to do as an actor.
Yes.
From what I'm told. So it's very impressive.
He has been great because he still has that wholesome baby face look to him.
Yes.
So you worry for him all the time. And now that we're seeing more of his past, his family life before the Riddler freaking trashed the city, which then we also find out, this is not really a spoiler alert, but it kind of is, but we kind of find out that different districts of Gotham got hit way harder and hit way worse.
Yeah.
With those
in
explosions.
the first or second episodes, but that makes more sense.
Yeah. Right. And it does. It totally does. Right.
Well, that's the other thing is like it's very real too. Like the metro area of a San Diego, an LA, a New York, a Detroit is huge. It's not just, the Narrows or whatever. It's like, technically Detroit has a suburb, like San Diego has. I'm technically in San Diego right now. I'm 30 minutes from downtown.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if the seawall went off in downtown, my house would be fine. So that what they did there, I think, is actually brilliant. It's very interesting, and I'm curious to see how that pays off, because I feel like it's going to.
Yeah. Well, they've brought it up now a few times.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm with you on this. It's gonna play it into a bigger picture, which does have me hope that maybe we'll get a Riddler cameo at some point. But it sounds like they're still dealing with some of that fringe group.
Yeah.
As well. They kind of hinted at that. They're still kind of dealing with all of that. We get to see the police corruption in certain neighborhoods.
Oh my God, that scene is so good though, too.
It's so good, but we're not going to spoil it. But it's good. But man, I don't know. I'm loving what this show is bringing without giving anything away. I'm loving how the family dynamics are. I love Clancy Brown as Salvador Maroni.
That is not a casting I would have done myself. Because I don't think of him as, and maybe that's my own biases or whatever. But, Salvatore Maroni is, has to be his,
right. The only
Italian is Carmine, right? But
the only thing that I wish that they did with Clancy Brown instead is if they made him Lex Luthor's father in the
Superman. That would be pretty cool.
It would have been a little too on the nose for, I think, maybe for someone of our from our season.
Sure.
Like right. But it's kind of like, I think that he would have been, I don't know, it would have been a fun nod. Just to see him as Lex's dad. But this is good too. I'm all down. So far, everything and again, he might still be able to, who knows? James Gunn seems to be really kind of moving forward. It doesn't feel quickly, but now it feels quickly.
It does, especially. I think it's starting to feel quickly because aren't they done? He's done with principal photography.
Yeah.
Right. So now he can actually do other stuff like, announce
like Peacemaker
and stuff. Yeah.
Peacemaker. He's getting down with Green Lantern. Plus now, and I think that's another reason why he's got because for those who don't know, a lot of the time the turnover in post is super, super fast.
Yeah.
And it's like you go, 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 and you do tons of hours and you do 6-day weeks. And then near the end, you're doing 7-day weeks. And then before you know it, you're done. You've made all this money, but now you also realize you got 2 months off until the next go, go, go.
Right.
So it is like, but I like what James Gunn is doing, where it's like, let's give everyone a year.
Yeah.
Right. And let's make it good. Let's do it right the first time.
Yeah. I wonder if that's a direct result. Obviously, he's always kind of had that thought, but I wonder if that's a direct result
from Marvel,
from the Flash, and the
could be from
backlash
the Flash
to that.
But I think it could also be from working at Marvel as well, just because that turnover is so insanely fast.
It is. It's probably a combination of factors, to be honest. Like, I think not all of the examples that we just cited are not good. And so he has to do something. So.
But I'm still, so I'm excited about that. I'm very excited. Hang on, I just want to get some more into some Penguin stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before getting into Green Lantern, I want this Gotham. We didn't get to see a lot of it during the day in the Batman. Yeah, and when we did, it was again always raining. It's
always raining.
Always raining. But it is here too. But we've seen some like sunny days, but then they always manage to always go inside on those days. I don't know how it works out in Gotham, but either way, just seeing more of this Gotham, and building it out, and still seeing kind of places that we recognize from the Batman, even though it's just one movie. I feel like it struck a pretty deep chord.
Well, I think Reeves has gone on record to say that Gotham City was intentionally like another character in that movie, as well, rather than just setting. And I think I was talking about this with Megan too. Like, I really enjoy that you're seeing Gotham in the daytime, seeing other parts of it, like, and like the tone is shifting a little bit too. Like, we'll get into spoilers for the first episode, but ending on Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, not something you expect in a Batman anything after, post 1989. So I mean, it's kind of wild to me, and so I really enjoy this specifically because it feels like they are taking the same approach that the animated series took, in that Gotham is this huge playground that can have anything and everything you need for what kind of story you're trying to tell. And it, is that werewolves? Is that gangsters? Is that, robots? Any of that stuff. Any of that works specifically in animation. But I think what we're seeing here, and what I hope we start to continue to see under James Gunn and whoever else's like rule, I guess, or vision, is that you can do, a Batman movie. You could do a Batman crime drama. You can do a Batman or like a comedy in Gotham. It's just like you can do all of this stuff. Because think about how, recently, I think it's been in interviews and stuff, like Kathleen Kennedy or whoever has like talked about like, oh, you can do anything with Star Wars. It's like, this is a Western. This is a detective thing. This is a comedy thing. This is a, coming of age story, but it's all in Star Wars. You could do the exact same thing in Gotham, in Metropolis, in DC in general. And I think, so much of superhero media gets just filtered in like, this is superheroes. This is what it is. Good guys, bad guys, save us.
Right.
But Penguin here is really playing with all of that. And it's like, this is gray. This can be fun. This can be sad. This can be, hilarious. This could be devastating. Like, it's all of that stuff. And it really, like, I mean, you could do a musical in Gotham. Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
They just did. It's just not doing well at the box office at the moment, for whatever reason. That's all.
Apparently. But you know what I mean? Like, it's cool to see somebody really playing with the, like, what the genre and what the setting can do for once. I think.
Yes.
It's exciting.
Actually, speaking of that, I love that the Penguin gets into a beater car to go visit his mother.
Yeah.
It's so good. And that poor neighbor's just like, I can't do this anymore. Here's $1,000.
Yeah,
you're gonna take care of my mother.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh god damn. It's like, and again too, even with Victor as well, like seeing, you're right, like just seeing how he acts with like Penguin's mom and just trying to, he's, you know, he's trying, like, because he's just such a good kid, like really like deep down he's just a good kid. It's just like he doesn't know what he, like, he's only just starting to see what he's getting himself into, and that's even after the first episode.
I know,
right? And it still gets like crazier for him, and like I do hope that this kid shows up in the Batman 2.
Yeah,
I would love to see it. I don't know. There's just more I want more from this universe. And I'm really bummed out we're not getting that Arkham Asylum series now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's a world where something else comes out of it, but I would think that the days of canceling $90 million projects that are already completed are behind Warner Brothers at this point, but who knows? Who knows? Hard to say. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to be in it, and I think, you know, as super fans as you and I are, or as we all are here, like 5 years ago, if we were told like, hey, would you watch like a crime drama about the Penguin? Like, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe, but it wouldn't be like, oh hell yeah, like give it to me. But now it's like, yo, give me Penguin season 2. Like I want all of this, and because I it's the full, like going full like Sopranos, but with like the Falcone like children is so good. It's what I had hoped for already, even though they like, but they're also subverting my expectations. Like, you know, bye Alberto, sorry, which is crazy to me. Still, I still can't get over
that. And it was like, it was blatant. They made sure that you knew.
Yeah.
That you do. I thought that was so. Dude. Yeah. That whole opening of that show is just so good. So if anyone hasn't watched the whole first
episode,
it does. So far, this show has left me wanting more across the board.
Yes.
All right, we're gonna go on to this James Gunn news. Unless there's anything else that you needed to bring up from.
The only other thing I would say is that I think episode 1 of the Penguin is probably the best pilot I've seen in probably 10 years.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Every single thing that is shown to you like moves the plot forward. There's literally no trimmed fat. There's no wasted anything. Like it's all, everything has a purpose that drives you to him sitting on that corner with Victor eating the hot dogs. Right? Yeah. Every single thing. Every single thing. There's literally not a single wasted moment, like him giving the ring back to Salvatore, like all of this stuff. And then like, you know, the car and every single, even showing you his mom, like all of that. Everything was masterfully like just boom, 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 boom. Like no dead air, which is,
well, even like how he found,
for anyone who knows, is almost impossible to do.
Yeah. Do you think the way he found Vic in the pilot was a nod to Jason Todd?
Yes, 100%. It's like too close not to be.
Right. That's why that's like, because as soon as the episode was done, I was like, holy shit, they gave Penguin a Robin.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
That's what this feels like.
Yeah.
Like,
that's exactly what that is.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah. Everyone, I hope everyone's enjoying this as much as we are, because I freaking love that show so much.
I'm enjoying talking about it with somebody almost as much as I am watching it right now. Like I'm not even watching it.
Right? I can't wait to I want to binge it as soon as it's done.
Just go again and catch what you missed. Yeah.
Well, I think I want to binge it leading up to the last episode.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's good too.
Right. And then go that route. let's go into some James Gunn news. But Kyle, we're gonna have you back on when we go through this again. We're gonna
Yes, absolutely. We got to do a finale Penguin stream too.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. James Gunn is posting like crazy on his Instagram.
Yeah.
He posted this photo. Who might this be? # Peacemaker. I have no idea.
I also have no idea, but
this is going to be one of those deep cuts where I'm just like, damn, dude.
Yeah. So what do we think we're seeing here? Let me just look at the photo. Almost androgynous body type, right? Yep. It's very muscular, but it's not like jacked.
Long silver hair,
but it looks like pigtails.
Looks like it's braided.
Yeah, on either side.
Right.
But then there's like, are there feathers and like?
There are feathers. Hey, yeah, armbands with feathers on it. So it's very First Nations.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, can I make my guess?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna laugh at me. Indian Chief from Super Friends. What's his name?
Oh, Apache.
Yeah. The guy who grows crazy big like Ant-Man.
And you know what? James Gunn would do it too.
I know. That's why I said that.
Right? Someone in the comments said Warlord, and that was like, huh. And my first thought when I saw the color of the hair, I was actually going Deathstroke. And then I saw the feathers. And then I was like,
so I like that, but yeah, the feathers are throwing me off.
You're right.
And especially the apparent, like the kind of implication that whoever this is like naked except for the feathers too.
Right. So it's going to be tough to, yeah. Thank you, Kevin. Yes.
Careful.
But yeah, I have no idea who this is, what to expect.
Yeah.
I love that he's getting everyone to be like, just guess. It'll be fun.
He's also probably fucking with us, and it's just somebody who made up.
Yeah, it's probably just it's probably John Cena.
Yeah.
Aaron Pierre cast as Jon Stewart in HBO's DC series.
Saw that.
I don't know who Aaron Pierre is.
I've never heard of this guy before either, but I saw a picture of him with his shirt off, and I was like, yeah, that looks like Jon Stewart.
Nice. I'm actually really looking forward to this series. I really want to know what's gonna like just like Penguin, like in the same sense where it was like we're getting a Penguin series. Like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And then now with Green Lantern, it's like I get it. It's probably gonna end up being like my head canon is going Space Cops.
Yeah, like Silverhawks.
Like Silverhawks, right?
Yeah.
Almost exactly the same, almost in costume, but green.
Mm-hmm.
But I am out of anything else more so than the casting, I want to see these costumes.
Yeah, that is really what I'm looking forward to. I also this is technically not the first Jon Stewart Green Lantern live action casting, is it? Because wasn't there like a guy who was cut from the Snyder verse?
Oh, there was, yes. But I can't remember who that is.
I can't remember his name either, and I feel terrible about it because I remember how excited he was about it, and then they cut him. But
hang on, we're gonna do Zack Snyder Justice League.
Gosh,
I need DK. I need a DK. That's what I need.
Yeah. DK right? Is the Victor Aguilar of Enablers.
I think, well, he's DK saved toying around. Yeah, right? Kevin would agree. Was it Wayne T. Carr?
I think so, yeah.
First look at Wayne T. Carr. Yeah.
Because he shows up in the Snyder cut or whatever, the like 6-hour version I watched.
Oh my god, dude, that movie's so
he's in it.
Long.
It's like 10 seconds, but he's in it. Yeah.
I can only remember like 3 things. The flash at the coffee shop.
Right. Yep.
I remember Lois Lane coming out of the coffee shop in slow motion so that we could see Zack Snyder sitting there. Which had me go, why is this in slow motion? And then someone's like, so you can see Zack Snyder. I was like, fuck off. And Martian Manhunter. Or was that something else?
No, it was him.
Martian Manhunter,
Martian Manhunter,
right?
Yeah.
My frustration levels are still at a high. It's look, if that's your Justice League, that's your Justice League. See, that's Canadian for yeah, you're right, guys. That's what that is. Thanks, Kevin.
Wayne T. Carr, that's the guy.
Yeah. If Justice League, if Zack Snyder's that stuff was your jam, all power to you.
It's got its moments. We were just talking about Man of Steel and all of that stuff. Like solid.
The music,
Wonder Woman, amazing, so good. Batman's got great. His moments in Dawn of Justice, but overall,
I've said this many times.
Not sure it was worth fighting. But
I've said many times, if I could go to the multiverse Blockbuster and rent a movie, it would to see Ben Affleck's Batman movie, because to this day I'm going to be forever curious of what he could have done. Or what was this? Just he's such a good director. Say what you want about the guy. He's an awesome director.
I'm laughing because you're talking. It's like, this is if Snyderverse is your thing. Like, I love it. Like, you're wearing the BVS hat, Ryan.
Yeah. Listen, I worked on it. I can say what I want. And that movie was a lot of fun to work on. I'm not gonna lie. I actually had a blast. It was super exciting too. We're not gonna get into it. That's another episode for another day.
That's we can go back episode.
Yeah. Batman v Superman
rewatch.
Memories with Doell. We'll do that as another episode. Another casting announcement. Hal Jordan, Kyle Chandler. If this is what the costume, I don't know if this is just art that he's posting.
This just looks like a new cover to me. I'm not sure this is
the
costume.
Right.
That doesn't look like Kyle Chandler to me.
Right. But this, again, Kyle Chandler, Hal Jordan, I'm totally down. But
that's a great casting. I wonder if he's a little on the older side, but I know it's supposed to be about Jon Stewart. So
right. And I think, it's kind of funny because with comics, all those Golden Age guys, or Silver Age guys, I should say, they do not age, and everyone else kind of ages around them.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Dan DiDio was always his thing of like Nightwing is going to be older than Batman one day. I was like, no, he'll just stop like everyone else. They'll just look a certain way, and then it's just going to be done. But that's what happens, especially. But now, because we're in the movies, and now if we're dealing with an older Batman who's got a Bat family, and we're already dealing with a Justice League that has Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Then, we're going to be dealing with, an older Hal Jordan. So I think this makes sense.
I agree. So I think Kyle Chandler's a good actor. I think he looks like, sort of like an Alex Rossi type, face shape and characterization of a Hal Jordan. So I'm into it.
Yeah. That's a good throw there. that Alex Ross. Man, imagine getting him on the show. Did you ever see, if anyone doesn't know who Alex Ross is, Google him now.
Google him now and say, oh, that guy, because you know who Alex Ross is.
Yes, you definitely know who Alex Ross is. And he did a great interview a while back with cartoonist Kayfabe. Back when they were still doing their stuff. And so go check that out. Go give cartoonist Kayfabe some views still to this day.
Alex Ross also has a Kickstarter going on right now too for a documentary on the making of Kingdom Come, which is probably his most famous piece of work. Which is,
it is.
I backed it. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, exactly.
I guess I should do the same. I should do the same and do it under the channel's name.
Yeah. Like, hey, I backed it. You want to come on and talk about it?
Yep, $5. I did it. Yeah, I would.
You're not gonna buy an original doll? Come on.
Yeah.
You're talking to me about all those bonuses and stuff you got backstage. Just use that on the Alex Ross original.
Right.
Perfect.
And again, if anyone has not read Kingdom Come, like if you guys have not read Kingdom Come, please go do that. Just go. You'll be able to find it at any comic shop, and they'll be able to find you a copy if they do not have.
Yes, correct.
It is
always in stock, always being reprinted. Yes.
Yeah. It is. I think to me it's a better, like, you know how everyone says, oh, Watchmen's like the number one. It probably is the number one selling. But I think as far as like must read, if you're someone who's like, I don't know if I'd necessarily get someone to start reading comics at Kingdom Come, but if someone's been lapsed from comics, you could definitely hand it to them.
Yes, because, again, spoilers for another 30-year-old book. It is about the end of all of DC and all of that. So it's very interesting.
Right. And it's great. There's a lot of it's very social political. So if you like your politics, you're going to love this book.
Yeah. And if you love faith, it's also very much at the forefront of this whole thing.
It's very spotlighted on this. Yeah. And it's great. It's beautiful. There's a reason why it's studied in universities for English, literature, and art.
Honestly, you don't even need to read it. Just page through it. It's beautiful. Every single page is a work of art. Yeah.
When I was a teenager, they could never get them back in. They sold out so quick at our little comic shop in Saskatoon. But I wanted that all the covers connected.
Oh yeah.
And it was just the whole cast.
Yep.
Always wanted that. I always wanted that poster. You're
gonna be mad at me
so cool
if I say that I got like a 4-foot long poster of that for free the first time I went to Comic-Con, and it was up in my room for like 15 years.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad. I'd be mad if you said I got it and I just threw it away because I didn't like it. Then I would be mad.
Anyway, no, I had it up there for a long time. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, it was up there forever.
Right? Hang on, I'm going to go on a tangent here. So when I was in high school, I had a Gen 13 poster.
Yep.
Of Roxy. I had a Alex Ross Fantastic Four poster that he did of Fantastic Four #1. I had a Wonder Woman poster by Mike Deodato.
Okay.
So she had like a pencil thin waist.
I bet. Yeah.
There was like nothing there.
Thinner than the Dave Gibbons waist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was like, there was boobs, pencil, butt. It was It was something, but it was
perfect.
I don't know. I dug it.
No notes.
I'm just trying to think of what other one I had. Wonder Woman, Fantastic Four, Gen 13. Those are the three that really come to mind in my head that I had hanging up in my room. And I had like one small, tiny little like magazine pullout of the Batman Returns poster.
Right. Yeah.
The best.
Well, we talked about this last time. I had all of those Batman Forever stickers all over my room for a long time.
See, Derek would remember. Duke, he would remember what that poster looks like. Right? The Hildebrands, those
Good
posters.
One.
Yep. It was weird. It was like a borderline cheesecake poster because it was Wonder Woman in the 90s, but at the same time it was more of an action pose.
Man, you should see if you can find the poster.
I think I have there's a picture of it in a big Wonder Woman trade that I got from that era. And they had like, again, next time you're on, I'll have it ready.
Yeah,
I will show you, and then we'll put Alex on the spot. I want to know what posters he had up because I guarantee you he had some.
Yeah, I bet.
And he's
I need to think
quieter,
about
too.
it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He probably
had
had Dark Child and Witchblade.
Yeah, his posters are probably cooler than ours for
Yeah.
sure.
Though the Alex Ross stuff was always good. So like because I
Mhm.
couldn't get the Kingdom Come posters,
Yeah,
I went with the Fantastic Four, and I've been
that's good.
it's
Did
funny.
Did you read his new Fantastic Four trade, Alex Ross?
I don't think I did.
Oh
No, I
my
didn't.
god! Oh my god! It's so good.
Ah,
I'll find it because it's like a full on like trade, and
okay,
it's just the most psychedelic, out of your mind, like Alex Ross, but it's still fully painted, all that stuff.
right.
But he's like experimenting with color and like storytelling and paneling line. It's amazing. It's so cool.
But
It came
that's
out
the
within the
book to do it
last
with.
5 years. So
Oh, how did I miss that?
I feel like, yeah,
2020? Is that why I
something
missed
like
it?
that. Let me see. Hold on. When is it?
Because I feel like that would be a weird one for me to miss. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four Full Circle. That's what
Oh,
it's called.
I love how that was like the first thing that came up. It's like Google's
Yeah.
always listening.
Well, I mean, I know what I'm looking for too. So
Oh, that cover's so good.
the whole thing looks like that.
Oh, and
All of it.
there's a slipcase edition as well.
Yeah, you're gonna need that.
Do you know what I don't have in trade? I had the single issues.
Yeah.
Because I bought them monthly because I didn't want to wait at that time. But I need to get a good slipcase trade of Justice.
Oh yeah, I don't even think I have that. So if you find a link, send it to me. I'll get one too.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna. This is it. This is we are now the Alex Ross Appreciation Show.
That's right.
If there's one thing Alex Ross also has a big appreciation for, it is the golden age.
That's right.
Of comics and Silver Age. Let's get into this auction.
Mm-hmm.
Heritage auction. I wish I could find out who the actual person auctioning this off is. Hang on. Let me share first. Ryan, just stop looking at it like you're by yourself and share with the class. All right. Heritage auction. That is a graded Action Comics number 1, a 6.0. It is currently, the current bid is $100,000. I wonder what happened if I refreshed it. Still $100,000. It's got 15 days left.
Yeah. Is it
Is
bad
it
that
bad?
my first thought was like, oh, that's not bad. That's pretty affordable.
Actually, that was my first thought too. That's why I was like, well, yesterday it was 16 days, $100,000. I wonder if it's gone up. And I was like, $100,000? I would take out a loan for $100,000 for an Action Comics number 1.
Yeah.
I would crack it out of that
think
case
of the appreciation.
So quick.
Yeah. You'd read it just to watch it disintegrate in your hands like a scroll.
Yeah. See, I think if it didn't have the stupid rating system on it, I would like to have it in a proper case without the CGC crap on it. Like just something, because I mean, that's what they put them in. When you go into the Warner Brothers studio lot tour, they have all these comics as well on display.
Yep.
And they'll have them in the plastic cases, UV. Yep, all that stuff.
But they don't have any of the CGC stuff on it because they don't care. Because they're not. We're gonna get rid of them.
Well, it's there. It belongs to Warner Brothers anyways. It's theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll tell you how much it's worth. Right? Like that's just
exactly.
Right. They don't need these guys. Yeah, but if you haven't been able to tell, I am not a fan of CGC. No. But I thought this was just wild that now someone has dropped their entire collection on Heritage auctions. And I mean, there's a lot there. And I mean, even to, hang on, let's see if we can get to, oh yeah, you can see as these get brought up here. Look at that.
Crazy.
There's not enough Mounties in comics.
Or yeah, Mounties versus werewolves.
Right?
What's crazy is that look at that. It looks like Superman doesn't come back until Action Comics number 9.
7.
Is that correct? 7? Jeez.
That's how long it took him to get the letters and be like, hey, people really like that.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we should do more of that. Oh no. Yeah.
And then they don't do it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. There's number 9.
Okay. So
There
he's
it
in
goes.
7
10.
and 10. Yeah.
1, 7, and 10.
Good on
It's a
this
war
dude for
sword.
having such a complete Action Comics collection. I wonder if there is any other collection that's this complete.
Right?
Before. And it looks like they're separating it, which is crazy to me.
That is, yeah, that's bonkers to me too.
I
Right?
don't know.
I don't know if they get just more money for that. Like, I don't know. I would be, or maybe they're trying to make it affordable.
Maybe they're trying. I don't know. If I was, anybody of any particular level of influence in the American government, I would be talking to the Library of Congress about buying all of this as like contributions of American literature. Like this should all be like archived in Library of Congress, like everything for like America's contributions to pop culture and like the greater lexicon.
And these should be protected.
Yeah, 100%.
No offense to whoever's buying these.
Yeah,
but you
buy whatever you want, but
you don't deserve them. Just know
they
that.
they belong in a museum. Is that Zatara?
It is. So this goes all the way back to here.
Amazing.
Right?
That's so cool.
The Adventures of Zatara.
I didn't even read it. I was just guessing, but that's crazy that he's like older than Batman.
He is older than Batman. And he's hooked up with his daughter. And so, yeah, now here we are at the point of like in the 20s, and now everything is Superman.
It's all Superman. Yeah.
Superman mania has now kicked into high gear.
Yeah, when are these being published? Like,
oh, is that Lois?
Like 41
is this the
or
first
something?
Lois Lane on the cover? This is the November 29th, DC 1940.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the first one with her on the cover?
I don't know.
I feel like they would have made a bigger deal about it.
Action Comics number 29, DC 1940. The bondage cover by Wayne Boring marks Lois
there it is.
Lane,
First appearance. There it is.
Appearance.
Good job.
Woohoo! Go Doell. I love it.
Good
Lois
call.
Lane's first cover appearance.
Hold on. Who's in the car? Who's in the car?
Let's see if I can.
Because maybe there's a Jimmy Olsen first appearance in there.
Come on.
Doesn't let you scroll.
Doesn't-
It looks like
not
just
properly.
generic gangster guys. Never mind.
Generic dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do full screen. Oh, yeah, come on. Just let me do my thing. Oh, you poop.
If you zoom in like that and then like click and drag, can you move it?
That's what I've been trying to do.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
Yeah,
nope.
that's what I mean. So zoom in and then like just right click it and move. Yeah, like that.
Hang on. Think we got this?
You
Think we got this?
Nice. Yeah, like I said, just generic dudes.
Just generic dudes. The one guy losing his hat, though.
I know. Look at that art.
That's dangerous to shoot in the air like that.
He's just excited for Superman.
I'd be like the guy in the back seat. I'd be like, "Stop shooting!"
Oh yeah, look at the guy in the back seat. He's got a Tommy gun. I didn't even notice
right.
that.
I'd be like, "Dude, don't be shooting when you're right."
Also,
me
why
like
is every car in Metropolis green? It's the same. It looks like the same car from the first one. That's why they're that's why they're upset. They're chasing after him. He's like, "You smashed my car, you son of a bitch!" in the first cover.
Let's see here, Luthor.
Cool. Is that the first appearance of Luthor?
The first feature of Lex Luthor. This is DC. Look at this, 1942. This is number 47. What was the Lois Lane one? Number 29. Oh, that's a big gap.
That is a big gap.
For those who don't know, a little bit of trivia, Superman trivia. Lex Luthor debuted in the radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There was hang on. Tony Johnson. There was a complete Superman collection on the last Hakes auction.
That's cool.
That's is there more of these than we think?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Maybe Comics be like, yeah, we already got that. Like,
yeah.
Don't worry.
Look at that. There we go. All American Comics.
Yeah.
Oh, Superboy
and Crypto.
Introducing
my
Crypto.
dad was telling me that he used to collect Superboy comics back in the day.
Well,
Superboy and Archie, but the different back in the days are different for both of you. My dad was born in 1959, so
it's a totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. Look at this. All quarterly.
That's cool.
This is super cool. If there's a first appearance that you could look at this. Give me a break. Come on.
That's so fun.
Just give me these.
And relevant to our Kingdom Come discussion. That cover.
Very relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Especially this one here.
Yep. That's what it's talking about.
This it's Ghostbusters 2, everyone. Not original. DC Comics did it first.
I'm pretty sure that's in the archive that we both have seen.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yep.
This cover. Yeah.
Yeah, super cool. If you could go and just be like, hey, just give me this. You get to choose one book of someone's like first appearance. Who would you choose?
I mean,
it doesn't have to be DC necessarily.
No, I know. I mean, it probably would be DC. I want to say Detective Comics, but that's sort of
like what?
The
like
generic answer, like everybody wants that,
generic,
you know?
Right.
Man, I feel like like a first Black Canary, a first Two-Face, a first first Spider-Man is cool. That's like such an iconic cover.
Amazing.
I think I'd be more into that. Yeah, Amazing Fantasy one. But I actually have one of the ones that I listed. Give me a second. It's in the room. Let me grab it.
Right. I'll acknowledge the chat here. Michael Huntington. Hopefully it's not like Banksy's girl with balloon and gets shredded as soon as the auction ends. That was brilliant. I think that was such a brilliant move.
You hate CGC. But
oh, hang on. Let's make you biggins.
Yeah.
Whoop. Ho 9.6.
This is not the actual.
I was like, how is that possible?
That would be crazy. No, this is a reprint from 1984 of Detective Comics number 27 in an Oreo cookies giveaway from 1984. It reprints the first appearance of Batman in Detective Comics number 27. It's essentially the same, except for some legal lines and stuff, but it is basically the exact same thing and it was $50 versus $2 million. So happy to own this and be all good.
That's well, I'm happy you got it. I'm just trying to go through here. They got I love these covers.
They're so good. Oh my, that star cover is really cool.
Which
not that one, the one to the right of it with the dude. Yeah, that one. Coming out of the manhole. Look at the perspective that's happening on the Eiffel Tower too. Like
this is like if I was
none of that's easy.
If I was a bad dude, I would not want to come up the ladder out of a manhole and see that.
I feel like he's going down.
I feel okay. That's different then.
I think he's fleeing
into the catacombs of Paris.
He's so scared of fighting Wonder Woman. He'd rather go into the sewers of Paris. You know how stinky it is.
I would do that hey man, if I was on her bad side,
yeah,
I would be crying in the mud, in the gray mud of the sewers of Paris.
Yep.
Yeah. There is no way I would be sticking around. These are like, oh, and I
They
love
don't
these
have
old.
they don't have a Detective 27 in this, do they?
I think they do. This is a classic.
Yeah.
Right.
I still reference that when we did our Wingnut and Screw Loose like promo renders. We just referenced that.
Right.
part.
Yeah. Hang on. What do we got? Oh, that's not going to hold up well. That's oh, these are this is what's his face?
6 is Dick Tracy.
No, it's I want to say Slam Bradley. Am I right? Hang on. Let's click on it.
So.
From 2020, Golden Age Apparel. Features the photojournals. Oh, it doesn't say.
No.
Okay. Well, never mind. Says, hey, you're not a big deal. All right, let's do some shopping, some online shopping.
Look at this.
I'm gonna buy a gun.
There's so many guns on that page.
I'm gonna get a gun and a telescope. Don't worry. All right, this is number 6.
That's
you know what?
Cover with the Tommy gun. I like Tommy guns just in general, though. That's one of my things.
Same. Back then, gangsters had class.
That's right.
Right nowadays, they just try to hack your Instagram.
That's right. I guess you don't ever think like, oh yeah, Detective Comics 27. That implies that there were 26 issues before Batman, but I don't think I've ever looked them up or seen them before today.
I love this perspective too in comics. We don't see this enough.
Yeah, it's always
looking
cool.
down the skylight. I know we see it like lots in Batman, and it's like it does have a very Dick Tracy feel to it as well.
I was gonna say I rewatched the Batman before I started Penguin.
Right.
And he legit does that exact perspective right before the car chase. There's a shot of that.
Oh, some child endangerment.
Are they printing money? Is that what that is?
They're printing money in the basement. They got one kid tied up and another kid peeking through the window. Like, is that a thing that happened back then? Or someone breaks into someone's house and starts printing money in their basement?
Maybe.
Hey, this kid saw us printing money. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Throwing him over the dock.
Wait, what's the thing with Batman? Hold on, go back to that first one. What's the Batman up top thing? You see what I'm talking about? Look at the top thing. Yeah.
Because we're at number 32.
Does that just like imply that Batman's also in this issue?
I believe it does. Let's see if it gives us any info. Oh, look at this. Another gun ad.
$2.50.
Back then, this was the first time a costumed hero used a gun in comic books. Contribute to the non-Batman cover for early detective, wrapping interior.
Schuster and Bob Kane.
Yeah.
Wow. We go back. We encounter this book less than once a year on average. Interesting. So maybe they're not all around here or whatever, but
this is hang on. Batman's number 27, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we go from 26
to 30.
Interesting.
They
probably kept it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They're like, everything else can go.
This one goes in the museum.
But this one I would have kept.
For sure. Yeah.
First appearance of Robin.
Did you see, I'm assuming you follow history of the Batman. Did you see that like cover that somebody did of like Victor popping through the drum like that?
Yes.
With Penguin? So cute.
Do you know about this cover? The history behind this one?
No, please tell us.
Hang on. Let me see if I can embiggen this. As the kids would say. Okay. You see the guy that Batman is fighting here?
It's looking a little jokery to me.
Correct. So this was supposed to be originally the first appearance of the Joker.
Okay.
And they went, how about we save him for Batman?
instead of Detective Comics.
Let's save them for Batman.
Yeah.
So they went and they threw a hat on him and painted the rest of him skin color, and that was it. I learned that one from Paul Reese.
Shout out Paul Reese,
Shout out
wherever you
Paul
are,
Reese.
man. Hope you're well.
Shout out
We
Paul.
appreciate you.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, I learned that one from him, and I was like enamored with this cover because not only does like, I don't know, there's something about the way Robin's domino mask is just like a Ninja
Razor
Turtle
thin.
mask.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like in a way, like it's kind of just that. It doesn't look like it ties in the back of the head, so it looks like it's got like the clips on the ears.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman's belt also stuck out to me, and the ears, the shorter ears.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this might be the first appearance of my favorite look of Batman.
Short ear Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, this might be, but
The
I
blue
love
belt
it.
is a choice too, but I mean that happens so often back then when they're moving so fast and you just fill in colors wherever.
And you're going, but we'll give it the yellow highlights, and this way it looks like they're fighting at night or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? But I mean, that Robin better get off that damn pole because that thing's gonna snap.
That's right.
That's all I know. Peril. There's some serious peril there. And those again who don't know, I like saying this all the time because I don't know, I just like rubbing it in people's faces. Robin debuted in less than a year after Batman.
Yeah.
So give him respect. Batman was a loner for a week.
Oh, I was gonna say these prices here are like not that outrageous. You probably could own that Batman cover you're fascinated with, and then I saw it. It's like, oh yeah, never mind.
Well, let's check in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's check in after the auction happens, and then we'll see. We'll see I'd love to see what this all goes for at the end.
Yeah.
These are awesome. And look how much there is in this auction. This person's coming out with millions.
I know.
Of dollars. Look at that. Hawkman versus Cowboy.
That wing texture is super cool.
Like, it looks so good.
It
just looks good.
That's the thing is I feel like I just need to oh, there it is. Damn it.
There it is.
It's too much, but I need to find just one of these that's in that $300 range that I'm like, yeah, I'll have a piece of golden age history, you know?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
This one's good too.
Oh, that's super fun. What year is that?
Stone Age Menace, 1947.
Okay. Interesting.
Right? I think that's...
Well, I was just thinking of the dinosaur that Superman fights in Fleischer and how it looks almost exactly like Godzilla. I'm wondering how many things are there out there. I mean, even specifically in DC that look like Godzilla that predate Godzilla.
I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
I think that's super cool. These fun comics, or more fun, the Big Comic Magazine. These things are massive. These are like the size of newspapers. I will be shocked if this does not sell for crazy amounts of money. And in fact, I'll be shocked if the person that I wouldn't be shocked, I should say, if Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller, I bet you he'll buy these.
Yeah, I know he's a big fan of those.
Right.
I also wonder what condition they are. Like the thumbnail you were looking at before looked a little beat up.
Oh, like this one? Yeah. Let's take a look.
All right. The edges and stuff seem pretty crazy.
Offering a marketplace. It is one of the 50 rarest Golden Age comics. There's tape on the spine of this copy, and several small pieces are missing. Okay. Get a typewriter.
There you go.
It's the laptop.
For just 10 cents a day, you too can buy a noiseless typewriter.
Let's see here. And Second complete ad unrestored copy of puzzle cut from the 6th page tape. Pull front cover detached from the 2 top staples. Yeah, these are going to be rough. 1936, man. These are almost 100 years old.
That's so wild to me.
It is wild. I love it though.
That's almost why I feel like compelled to get something like this, because it is like that close to 100 years old, you know? I don't think I have anything
It's like
that's that old.
just the house my parents live in. That's it.
I mean, I have some stuff that's like, you know, I have like some turtle figures that are slightly older than me, but not by much.
Right. It's Allison Troy coming in to drop some facts. More Fun Comics was more popular title than Fun Comics series. It sold way better than Less Fun Comics and Almost Fun Comics. Hang on. And then Mike Davis is asking, did anyone get the new Absolute Batman? Yep. Yes.
Yeah, we talked about it at the beginning.
We did. That was part of the pickups. Did get it. And I haven't read it yet. And I'm reading it as soon as we're done. And I think we're going to settle up here. I gotta go to
my store and get it. Yeah, I gotta go to my store and get it, because remember that foil Black Canary cover I sent you on IG?
Yes.
They pulled one for me, so I gotta go get that.
Dude, you gotta get that. Dude, that's awesome. I want to get that. I think were we with you when we went through those DC Direct 1/6 scale figures?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember, because it was me who got the Black Canary one,
right?
Who sparked the whole conversation. Yeah,
right. That was you. Okay, I was making sure, because it was
I'm still hovering on a Two-Face one. I haven't decided to go all in yet.
Yeah, I have not. I still have a page open. I still have a tab open with all those on there.
Yeah.
That I really want it. I want a few of those. I want the Green Arrow for sure.
The Green Arrow one looks cool. Yeah,
it looks.
Some of them are cooler than others, I will say.
Yeah, I agree. But whoever decided, like, hey, I'm going to sculpt the women for these, they really like the women.
Yeah,
because they seem to have gotten the extra love and care than some of the dudes.
Honestly, I almost feel like just getting the women would be like it's an easier out, right? Like, oh, I can't get Batman, like it's not a girl, so
I'll just get Batgirl.
Yeah, the Batgirl though is beautiful.
It is
that thing. It's awesome.
Right? The Power Girl's great.
Yep.
Black Canary's great. I can't remember if they made a Huntress now, but I'm pretty sure if they did, it'll be amazing.
It'll be great. Yeah, I know. Well, we got to do a whole episode of that too.
Oh my gosh, we got lots to do. But that's great. Okay, we're gonna settle up here. Kyle, where can people find you?
I mostly am on Instagram, Wadaga on Instagram. You can also check out Super 7 for some cool stuff. We had talked about it last time I was on here, but the Batmobile 1989 Super Cyborg is finally available, not just on Amazon, but everywhere at all fine retailers, from us directly, from Big Bad Toy Store, all those people. And it's doing really, really well. We're on track to sell out pretty soon, I think. So if you are even remotely interested, get one for yourself. You will not regret it. It's a ton of fun. Mine is going to be here at the end of the week. It was really cool. And, I think that bodes well for what the future of a Batman line could look like for us. So thank you, everybody, for supporting that. So check out Super 7 for all your fun stuff that you want.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, thank you. I can't wait. I know I'm going to eventually get my hands on one of those. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting all my Kenner figures in there.
Perfect.
Cannot wait.
That's the first thing you should do. Great.
Yeah. I'll give my co-hosts who aren't here, I'll give them their plugs. Don't forget to check out mondoshop.com. Right now it is the Nightmare Vessels that they have released with the Jason Voorhees and the pumpkins and the stuff.
It's Mike Myers. It's Michael Myers.
Oh, what did I say?
In the pumpkin. You said Jason Voorhees.
Oh my God.
You're making me protect the reputation of the enemy over here.
It's true. It's true. You are. I can't believe I did
love
that.
Those guys. They're amazing. They do great work. Those Nightmare Vessels are so cool.
They are super cool.
However, it is Michael Myers, not Jason Voorhees.
It is Michael Myers. My apologies. I wasn't even barely looking at here because I was already getting ready for the next thing. That I was like, Nightmare Vessels, Jason, because he's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jason's cool.
I'll just scream out my favorite one. And then Alice's comic, All Haven Academy, over on webtoons.com. She's got 38 issues out already, which is insane. Because she started after she started appearing on this show, and she's already got 38.
I think she put a new one out because I was genuinely curious about the comic. This host I've never met before,
right?
And I looked at it. I read the first issue today because I have a Webtoons account, and it was beautifully done. It's really cool, and I saw 39 issues, so I'm ready to go.
It is awesome. So be sure to go check that out as well. The links for Super 7 and Mondo and All Haven Academy, they're all down in the description below. So please be sure to go check them out. Give them all some love. And that's it. That's the end of the show. Have a great night, everyone, and we will see you next week. All right.
Bye, everybody.